WGTB Sports. I'm happy to be with y'all. I'm glad to be with y'all because, hey, for a while it didn't look like I was going to make it, but, you know, we're here. Let's get things started. First of all, like I said, I'm glad to be back. Y'all see me. Y'all comment. I do my best to answer the questions. What's up, Miss Skipper? What's going on? How's Walmart doing? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with college football. Shout out to my man Herm Edwards. Great guy, ESPN analyst. Just got the job over there at Arizona State to be their new head football coach. My only concern is, how are the young guys going to respond to Herm Edwards? If anybody's seen Herm Edwards on ESPN, if you've observed the coach, you know he has a very old school coaching style. I like the hire. I'm just not exactly sure of how receptive the players are going to be, because Herm Edwards is that father figure. So if you're not prepared to have a father figure, I don't quite know how that's gonna go. Moving right along, the college football selection narrowed it down to the 4 teams. Clemson won, they got in. Oklahoma got in. Oklahoma won, they got in. Georgia won, they got in. Ohio State won, but got left out. A lot of people have been talking about it. They upset how did Alabama get in as the 4th seed when Alabama didn't even play a conference championship game. It's real simple. Ohio State, you lost to Oklahoma at your house. Bad. Then you went on the road and you got beat by Iowa State. Bad. No, not Iowa State. I'm sorry, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Bad. That's not going to get you what you need. Don't ask me. I'm of the mindset that maybe Nick Saban and Kirby Smarts were in cahoots with each other. Nick Saban calls Kirby up, tells him, hey, listen, I know y'all lost, but we're going to make sure you get in. We're going to lose to them, but we literally going to beat them up on the field. So by the time y'all see them in the SEC championship game, they won't be any good. And we'll see y'all in the BCS playoffs. So that's what I'm joking, but I'm serious. I'm seriously joking. I'm just saying. Moving right along, Jimbo Fisher. Oh my God, I live in Tallahassee, and this is literally the hot topic. Jimbo Fisher is no longer the head coach of Florida State University. He has taken the job over at Texas A&M. $75 million over a 10-year period. I ain't mad. FSU fans are. Here's what I don't understand. What's going on, Don? What's going on, Michelle Williams? Here's what I don't understand. Why you mad? You didn't want the guy there midway through the season. Now, if I understand correctly, because I go to Florida State, I like Florida State not as much as my Bulldogs, but if I look at it correctly, this is the guy's first losing season. 3 ACC championships, 2 BCS titles, and now all of a sudden we want him gone. Here's why, if you love Florida State, you should have a problem with this, because he's leaving. You're not hiring somebody in-house, even though you could, because if I'm not mistaken, Odell Haggins won the game on Saturday as the assistant coach, but you don't want somebody coming from in-house. To all my FSU fans that just love the school, you could prepare it to be down for about like 2 years, because him not being there, the staff is in flux. This is going to affect your recruiting. If you don't have good recruiting, you don't have a good team. If you don't have a good team, you don't have a good record, regardless of who the coach is. I, for the longest time, wanted Mark Richt to be gone from the University of Georgia. I bleed red and black when it comes to the University of Georgia. Anybody knows me knows I have been wanting Mark Richt gone for 5 years now. But at the end of the day, the bottom line was, if Mark Richt is gone, who do you replace him with? And the answer, as an honest person, is nobody, until Kirby Smart came along. So now you have somebody who has championship pedigree, somebody who has played for the school, so they're coming back home, and someone who basically, they're Georgia. You're not going to get that from your next head coach. Florida State, you got to be careful what you ask for. You want that man going midway through the season. Don't be mad because he took so long. If it had been up to you, he would have left in. That's just my take on the situation. Florida State fans are spoiled. Listen, you finna get what you asked for in the next 2 to 3 years. It's just my saying. I'm just looking that way. Shout out to Scott Frost, University of Central Florida. They won their conference championship game. I can't remember what bowl game they're going to be in right now, but shout out to them. Scott Frost, shout out to him. He got the job in Nebraska. And I don't know if some of y'all remember Scott Frost, but I remember the dude back in the day when you were like, damn, buddy got skills. He was the quarterback at Nebraska. Then when he went to the NFL, and I have never seen this in my lifetime of watching professional football and college football, he transitioned over from quarterback. True enough, they were running the option attack, but he transitioned over to strong safety and actually started for the New York Jets. Y'all look up Scott Frost, man. This dude got skills. I'm happy for him. Going to Nebraska, do big things. Going back home. Now I want to talk about what took place. And I know it seems like I'm going fast, but hey, it is Monday Night Football. We got 24 minutes to kick off, so I'm trying to get y'all where y'all need to be. Last week, Aqib Talib and Michael Crabtree got into a fight in front of God and country. Crabtree was upset because his chain. What's going on, fam? What's going on, brother? What's going on, Miss Porter? How we doing? Miss Potter, how we doing? Crabtree was upset, and justifiably so. Aqib Talib snatched his chain last season. I don't know if some of y'all saw, but you can go ahead. It's out there on YouTube. He snatched the man's chain off. Reporter puts the microphone in front of Talib's face, and he literally brags about what's going on. About how he snatched Crabtree's chain. Now, any man knows that when you snatch something off of my body, you're basically challenging my manhood. And I don't know what the NFL did to Talib, if they did anything, or if the Denver Broncos did anything to Talib. Whatever they did, if they did do something, it wasn't enough, because this man is literally feeling emboldened to do this again. A lot of people said, hey, both of them should have got suspended. That's fine. Both of them got suspended. But in this instance, Aqib Talib is a repeat offender, and he should have gotten suspended more than Crabtree. I'm not trying to be funny, but we all know how this goes. Both of them are from the Texas area, the same neighborhood, if I'm not mistaken. So when it all boils down to, you can't run up on me and snatch my jewelry off and think that there won't be repercussions or consequences. And if I got to wait a year later to come see about you, boy, I'd have had this festering in my heart for the longest. At no point in time did anybody make Aqib apologize to this man, replace the chain, repair the chain. We just left it at that, and we thought it was funny. So, hey, NFL, you got that one wrong, especially when we're talking about the NFL has an image problem. We got protests going on. We got domestic violence going on. And the last thing we need is for two grown men who are supposed to be role models for our kids. What's going on, Miss Jordan? How we doing? Supposed to be role models for our kids, fighting over a damn chain. Some people have said, well, he should have left the chain in the locker room. No. Crabtree has a right to wear his jewelry just like every other player in the NFL has a right to wear their jewelry. And for some people who don't know, because they don't really watch sports, football players aren't the only ones who wear their jewelry under their uniform. Hockey players do it, yes. Hockey players wear their gold jewelry, as well as baseball players wear their jewelry up under their uniform as well. So it's not a matter of what I shouldn't do. It's a matter of fact that when you go out here to play football, you're going out here to play football and not to get caught up in thug moments. Aqib Talib, your team should handle you in-house more than just what the NFL gave you. Moving right along, let's talk about Michael Jenkins and Anquan Boldin. Well, some people in the NFL are going to consider, for those of y'all that don't know, what's going on, Jesse? What's going on, classmate? For those of y'all that don't know, the NFL has reached a settlement with the players that are protesting. They're going to take money. Some of y'all might not have known this. They're going to pool monies from the Breast Cancer Awareness Fund, as well as the Salute the Service Fund, which totals up to $89 million, and they're going to put those funds toward the United Negroes College Fund, as well as other social justice causes that are going on in our community. Well, some of the other players don't feel like that's appropriate. It wasn't about the money with them. They split from Malcolm Jenkins and Anquan Boldin, said they no longer represented them. Here's what I'm going to say, because it's a touchy subject. A long, long time ago, when we talked about slavery and reparations and everything like that, we talked about them basically paying us with 40 acres and a mule. We know that 40 acres and a mule never took place. We know it didn't. We know it didn't. So here you have the NFL, 32 owners who are billionaires, are saying, here's this money. Do with it what you will. Now, the confusion comes in is this, because Malcolm Jenkins is saying he's no longer going to protest. The question then becomes, what was the protest all about? Because the protest wasn't about money. The protest wasn't about the flag. The protest wasn't about the national anthem. The protest was about social injustice. The protest was about unarmed people. And I say that, I say people, I stress people, because when somebody says black, part of your audience tunes out. So we're going to keep the audience in. It was about unarmed people being killed by police. That's exactly what that was. So if you still feel that way, the lyrics to the national anthem, what's going on, Mr. Jackson? The lyrics to the national anthem still have not changed. We have people in America who, since President Trump has taken office, have become emboldened to say and do some things that we know they didn't say 2-3 years ago. So it's a slippery slope, if you understand what I'm saying. If you were protesting the way you were supposed to be protesting for what you wanted to protest, which was the equality of all, the 89 million don't matter. You still protesting. The 89 million don't matter. Will Kane was on First Take with Stephen A. Smith, and he asked Bomani, y'all know Bomani, another analyst on ESPN, he said, would you rather have the heart or would you rather have the money? I couldn't believe Will Kane, as an educated man, even asked that question, because honestly, I can do more with the heart than I can with money. That's just a lesson in life. So it's a slippery slope. You either want the 89 million or you don't. You either want acknowledgement of it or you don't. In this particular instance, you got 89 million plus an acknowledgement from 32 owners that the system is not fair. Them giving something is a help, and you acknowledge that for what it is. It's a help, but that does not mean you don't stop protesting, because what you're protesting is bigger than money. We're gonna keep it moving right along. Seattle beat Philadelphia. Listen, I tried to tell y'all. Victor Moscato, what's going on, Uncle Townsend? What's going on? I tried to tell y'all that the only reason why Philadelphia was beating people, not because they were that great, but because everybody else was just that bad. Really, honestly, I want to ask y'all, do y'all really think, when it's all said and done, that Philadelphia would beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. So that's me. The top news of the day, though, the top news, the New York Giants fired Ben McAdoo and general manager Jerry Reese. Let's clap it up for let's clap it up. Let's clap it up. Kind of like maybe 2-3 weeks too short. And I'm gonna tell you why I feel this way. I never really liked Ben McAdoo as the Giants head coach. He just seemed indifferent. You know, Tom Coughlin smiled. I never saw this dude smile. And even when let me rephrase that. When the dude smiled, it seemed fake. But this is what the dude asked. The dude sat up there and say, the dude sat up there and said basically that, how can I put this? Eli Manning, he pointed Eli Manning out as being the reason for the issues that were going on. The issues that were going on with the Giants offense. And it wasn't really like that. It wasn't Eli's fault that Odell Beckham was hampered during the first part of the season. Then he didn't have a clear-cut number 2. So when Odell Beckham was not playing on the field, he had nowhere to go with the football. His offensive line was atrocious. His defensive line was atrocious. He just really could not do anything about that. And that's basically what that boiled down to. He was really hurting as far as everything else goes. So when you're looking at something like that taking place, what do you do when you Eli Manning? You got a coach that's not going to come talk to you like a man. A coach that's basically going to treat you like you're What's up, everybody? I'm back. Don't know what happened to it. We went out, but don't worry about it. We are doing this video live on another phone. We're also recording this video and everything, so we're gonna have access to it and everything like that. So if y'all see me, I apologize for going out. Daggone Wi-Fi. I know, right? Anyway, I just never got the sense that Ben McAdoo was that dude. You asking Eli Manning, who has started every game for the New York Giants since he's been there, to all of a sudden stop so you can get a good look at Geno. We already know what Geno's capable of doing. We know, we've seen it. It is what it is. Geno is not that great. Geno has not been that great. And the NFL scouts told us Geno was not that great when he got out of college because of his attitude. And damn it, sometimes people are just right. And you know what? They were right. So the only thing that I don't like about this whole situation is, one, John Mara sitting back saying today that he regrets the way it was handled and he would have did it differently. I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all don't even know this, but I remember when Mike Ditka was coaching the Chicago Bears and how, for whatever reason, Walter Payton was not having a stellar day, but Walter Payton has stayed with that organization for the longest time when he easily could have went somewhere else. On the 1 yard line, instead of giving the dadgum ball to Walter Payton, he gave the ball to William Perry. What's going on, Dre? What's going on? How did you not know? So for someone to sit back and say, an owner, to sit back and say you would have done things differently, John, Mr. Marr, you knew before Eli got benched, literally benched. I mean, like, not Sunday. You knew prior to the game on Sunday, 3 to 4 days prior to the game on Sunday, that he wasn't going to start, and you signed off on that foolishness. So miss me with that foolishness. The Giants, that's my birthplace. Bronx, New York, Boogie Down, 3318 3rd Avenue, apartment 5A, look, 10456. I get down with that. JHS 120, shout out to y'all. I get down with all that, but the way y'all handled Eli Manning was a disgrace. It's embarrassing. What's going on, Miss Williams? How was doing? It was totally just disgraceful. I want to say this was the light part of the show. I know we got like 13 minutes. We're supposed to be getting off the air at 8:30 so we can watch some football. My Steelers are playing. Y'all see it. Wolfpack style. Wolfpack style. Y'all see it. Steelers playing. Rob Gronkowski, who has been what some people consider to be the greatest tight end to ever play the game, got mad yesterday and threw a temper tantrum like a WWE superstar. I mean, the guy literally gave Trey Davis, the cornerback for the Buffalo Bills who picked off the pass. What's going on, Mr. McCullough? He literally gave this dude the people's elbow and concussed the player. Now, I have a couple of problems with that. One, I don't really care for the Patriots, but even if I did, that move was total Bush League. You're Rob Gronkowski. You're going into the Hall of Fame, first time ballot. You're easily going. And when you drop the elbow on the young man, you don't use the elbow that doesn't have the problem, your right arm, when you don't have any padding on. You use the elbow that has the padding on it that baseball players wear to protect their elbow from a high inside fastball that's coming at them 90 plus miles an hour. That is the elbow. I've always had a problem with Ron Gronkowski being able to use this elbow. I'm gonna say this elbow brace. I know it's supposed to protect him. And you know what? Up until yesterday, he has used, as far as what I can tell, some other players might be able to tell me something different. Rob Gronkowski has used that elbow pad the way he's supposed to protect himself. Yesterday, he used that thing as a weapon. And to be perfectly honest with you, they gave Crabtree and Talib a 2-game suspension. They were both fighting. They both wanted that business from each other. Rob Gronkowski attacked a young man who wasn't even looking at him. A young man literally laying on the ground, and he did like this. And he dropped the elbow on him. No, Rob, you don't get 1 game. You get 3 games because, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm tired of the whole Patriot personality. They think they're better than everybody else. You got Tom Brady blowing up on his coach on the sideline and everything like that. I don't know where he get that from. I guess the coach is expendable. But anyway, that's besides the point. Rob Gronkowski should definitely have gotten more than the 1 game. Last but not least, we're going to wrap this thing up. College basketball. I can't play basketball. I can't. But this ain't about me playing basketball. This is about LiAngelo Ball and his father LeVar Ball, who has withdrew him from college. Why? Because he feels like the young man is being punished too hard by UCLA. What is the young man being punished for? The young man is being punished for shoplifting in China. He ain't even supposed to be home right now. he ain't even supposed to be home. Listen, I'm not going to get caught up in whether President Trump did assist him in getting home, did not assist him in getting home. I'm not going to get caught up in his father saying Trump didn't do anything for his son or refusing to acknowledge what Trump did for his son. What I will say is this. I see now why your son stole. I've been defending you. You, LeVar. I have defended you as the way that you raise your kids, because no man can get his kids to that type of greatness unless he truly does love his children. But what I can tell you, we can love our children and also spoil our children. And the NBA, to a degree right now, is raising your son to be a tough man. Why do I say that? Because they're literally bullying your son on the basketball court every night they see him. That means you pampered him. Now you have your son, second oldest son, go off to a foreign land. He doesn't need to steal. He got it. You got it. You don't want to thank the president. Maybe you don't like Trump. Like I said, that's not my business. I'm not even going to get caught up in that. But what's baffling is the university suspended your son indefinitely. Now, indefinitely could be 5 games, indefinitely could be 10 games, indefinitely could be the whole season. But he needs to understand this is wrong. Like I said, he went to China. He stole. He ain't even supposed to be back home. And let's be clear, the prison systems in China, oh, they on a whole nother level than what we got going here stateside. But he came back home. So now what you want to do is, you say the punishment is too harsh, you're going to take him someplace else so he can enroll. And then you just gifted him with his own shoe. I ain't really mad about you gifting him his own shoe, because what you're doing is you're trying to put money in your son's pocket. And at the end of the day, as parents, we should gift our children fortune. But where is the... All I can say is that you're his father. And if you pulled out that belt and you tore up them cakes like no other, you know what, I ain't even tripping. But I don't know how you feel like your son should be punished, because that could have went a whole lot worse. Listen, that's my time. WGTB Sports. We're going to be going live on Facebook quite often. I know for a fact we did it this Monday, so we're going to do it next Monday, probably 30 minutes early, 7:30, 8:30. But we definitely going to do it, so y'all look for me. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about all the hottest topics. Oh, by the way, shout out to all my Hurricane fans out there. Listen, I'm not... my producer just laughed in the background. I wasn't trying to do that. Listen, here's the thing. It's not funny. It's not funny. I told y'all Mark Richt was on that foolishness. I've been telling y'all the whole season. It is not that y'all do not have a good program. It's not that y'all don't have good players. I'm skeptical of Miami for the same reasons I'm skeptical of Georgia. Mark Richt. Mark Richt has shown since he's been in part of college football as a head coach that if he's playing a team just as good as his team, he will blow that money, and he blew that money. Was Clemson better than Miami? Yes. Was Clemson that much better than Miami? No. So I just wanted to get that out the way. You know what? It's a joke, but I'm going to say it like this, because I honestly do feel this way. My producer's laughing in the background. College football is not the same unless we have certain schools doing what they're supposed to. One of those schools is Michigan. One of those schools is Ohio State, Alabama, Penn State, UCLA, USC, and yes, Florida State, and Miami. College football is not the same if those three programs are not, well, at least the Florida program, are not on top like they're supposed to be. So, Miami, better luck next year. Yes, I do kind of root for y'all guys. I kind of root for y'all. I really don't like y'all coach, because I feel like we should have had at least one national championship by now, and at least played for it. Kirby there 2 years. Anyway, that's my time, man. I love y'all. We're gonna do this again. Hottest sport topic. If y'all want me to talk about something, y'all know me. Hit me up, inbox me, and everything like that, and we'll talk about it and get it out there on there. That's it. I love sports, man. I'm gonna talk about sports because sports loves me back. Peace.
What happened?
It like it lost the transmission.